Vidhi, let's jump into this same conversation. What do you think of that? Working at a very young age, let's say.
I think for me, starting with job has been like, happened twice in my life. Like one when I was actually like out of college and moving back to India for like just back to India after education, and one when I actually started when in Nepal, right? And both these times I thought that job was a safe and yet an explorative space for me to kind of build my network, to understand the market, to understand what is working and what is not working in this market.
Yeah.
I think I got very lucky with my first job, which was at Uber, because and the culture at Uber at that time with Travis Kalanick leading it and the kind of growth that had seen in multiple cities, India being very new. So we saw the growth of like the hyper growth phase.
Yeah.
I had a time where we literally grew the city 20x, 30x in a year. And we could experiment all the time with price and with products, and we could experiment in the smallest of, hypothesis we had, and we wanted to see, and we could do an A/B testing and see, actually what works and what doesn't. I think what also mattered is that it was the perfect kind of job to get into where I wasn't really tied to a desk.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really doing like mundane tasks morning to evening, but it was super new and different every day, doing different tasks, learning. My learning curve was really, really sharp. And I think one other very unsaid thing is that you learn the switch between campus to corporate. So you learn how do you move from that student mentality into coming down and, seeing how do you start. And as simple as how do you do a negotiation in a meeting, or how do you write an email, or how do you even like introduce yourself. So I think these things are it's a very nice stepping stone, and you brush your skills up, and then you're ready to. And by the time, I think you also have a good year, 2 years, 3 years, for as long as you want to do the job, to think about what really it is that you're passionate about. And you can explore multiple jobs if you want to like explore different industries. I think in Nepal also with Daraz, it was absolutely interesting for me to see what are these products that people are liking, what are the trends that are working in Nepal. Just generally, how is the culture around, and what are people thinking and talking about. So it's always been a very nice stepping stone. And then I sort of have made up my mind, okay, here is where I see a gap area. And that is an area that I want to fill entrepreneurially. So it is a phase of settling. It's a phase of market research. It's a phase of upskilling. It can serve many, many purposes. But that being said, I don't think it's mandatory. You could always have now youth and entrepreneurs are really, and college students are really, really equipped, and they start very early on with their ideas. There are people who are dropouts of college and who've done extremely well with their journey. So it's not like a mandate that they must do a job. But in larger cases where people are lost and not sure on where to start, I think job is a very, very good place to start, and to just stabilize yourself and your mind, and then figure out where it is that you want to go next.
Thank you very much for watching us on YouTube. Make sure that you also listen to us on Spotify.